Okay, we're here at Red Spirits and Wine in Bellevue, Tennessee, and we're speaking with Denny Jiosa. And he has a great band. He's been playing for us here this evening, and we just wanted to talk to you a little bit about what you've been doing,
Great.
how long you've been in the music business.
Great.
So you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
A long time. I started playing guitar when I was 7, and I grew up in Indiana, and I haven't put the thing down yet. I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but I haven't put it down yet, and it's a true passion of mine. I've always felt like this is what I was supposed to do.
Well, I love the music.
Thank you.
We listened to a couple of sets this evening, and it's been great. And so how did you end up coming here to Red Spirits and Wine?
Well, a friend of mine actually manages the store, and I suggested to them that maybe they should try live music here at the store. And I said it would be a fresh approach to a wine shop. And we've been trying it now for about 3 or 4 times. We do it every 4th Friday of the month, and it's starting to grow. It's starting to turn into something.
I notice you have several different CDs that you've produced over time.
Yes.
And I understand you compose your own music. You want
I
to
do.
tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. I've got actually 7 CDs out right now, and primarily they're in the contemporary jazz style, but I just released the newest one is called On the Edge, and that is a more rock-oriented, like the song you just heard, just because I felt like doing it. I wanted to do something different. I think music's about exploring and growing, and always searching for new sounds and new plateaus. So I wanted to do that record, and it's been a nice success for me. It's
And
called
so
On the Edge.
And what was it? When was it actually produced?
It's been out about a year and a half now.
Okay, year and a half.
And I did
Great.
it with a couple other great players. It's a trio project. John Boehm and John Toomey on drums, and it was just something different for me.
You want to tell us a little bit more about the band itself?
Sure, absolutely. This is actually a more scaled down band than what we do normally when we go out and do a festival or a show. I have a couple more players, but we just do a quartet when we come into a smaller venue. The guys are great. The drummer tonight is Glenn Karuba, and Glenn's played with everybody from Glenn Fry to Take 6, and just a bunch of guys. Kenny Zerder has worked with Casey and the Sunshine Band and a bunch of different jazz musicians as well. Leonard Skinner, not jazz musician, they're rock, but they're all very diversified musicians. Keith
Right.
Kenyon on bass, and typically I have Jeffrey Scott Wills on saxophone. Jeffrey's Donna Summer, worked with Donna Summer and Take 6 and Engelbert Humperdinck, and so it's all very talented. I'm blessed. Occasionally Chester Thompson plays drums with us, and I don't know if you know Chester or not. Chester's on all of my records except for 2 of them, and he played with Genesis, plays with Phil Collins. I just saw him on TV last night with Phil Collins, and Santana. He's worked with a lot. So I'm very blessed to be able to play with that caliber musician and have him play my original compositions and hear them come to life. It's just an amazing feeling.
Now, you were telling me a story a little bit earlier about you getting to play with someone that you felt it was quite a privilege to play with.
It was quite a privilege. I don't do many cover songs, but when I do one, I usually have a good reason for doing it. And I decided I wanted to cut the song Sunny, and I had recorded the song for my 6th record, which is Dreams Like This. And after the song was recorded, a friend of mine brought the writer and original singer of that song, Mr. Bobby Hebb, came to my studio. And we talked for a couple of hours. He was just delightful, just great. And he goes, well, let me hear the song, let me hear the track. And I will tell you, my heart was pounding, because that is one of the first songs I learned when I was about 8 years old, and it had some jazz chords in it, and I just fell in love with that song. And so my heart's pounding. I played it for him. And he goes, his response was, that is the best version of that I've heard since mine.
Oh,
and
wow.
I said,
That's
wow,
impressive.
that's impressive. I said, he said, let me hear it again. So we played it again, and then long story short, I said, Bobby, would you sing on it? He goes, yeah. He gets up and goes right in the studio, and he wouldn't sing the words. He scatted. He did some jazz scats on it, and it was just great, and I wasn't about to tell him any different. And I said, another little funny thing, he was a very nice guy, and I said, can you just give me one Sunny? And he goes, nah, man, everybody knows the words. So, but what a privilege, and I had the original sheet music from 1966 in my songbook that I learned that from, and I still had it, and I had him sign it.
Oh, wow.
So, you know,
Okay.
it was just a real honor, and I did a couple of shows with Bobby, and we got along great. And unfortunately, he passed away about 2 years ago, and he's greatly missed.
Future for you, what's going on?
Well, I continue to produce other artists. I have a studio, and I have my own label now called Sonic Canvas Records, and just trying to move forward. And the music business is really evolving with the internet, and look what we're doing here right now. As a matter of fact, this is on internet, right? This is going to be on
Yes,
your website.
yes.
So it is evolving constantly, and the way you market, the way you try to sell music, if you can sell the music, so much of it is free anymore, you know, that it's difficult.
Well, Denny, I certainly thank you for taking the time to speak with us a little bit.